Psalms 122, 125, and 126. And let's go to 122. I was glad when they said to me, "Let us go to the gates for the house for YHVH. Now our feet are standing within the gates of Jerusalem, to where our tribes celebrate, and our tribes are for Yah. As a statute for Israel's, we are to give thanks to YHVH. The throne was set up for this. Celebrate is talking about the Passover. And this needs to get tied together, so it needs to be moved to here. Where our tribes celebrate within the gates, or to where our tribes celebrate as a statute for Israelis. We are to give thanks to Yah, and our tribes are for Yah. Or YHVH and troops or tribes are for Yah. His throne was set up for ruling us. Not really his throne, his kingdom. His kingdom will be set up for ruling us. I think that's the correction there. And the throne is for the kings from David. It's for this rule for us. Yet the throne is this needs to be looked at here. Let me see if I can get any more information here. And we ask him for peace in Jerusalem as we prosper and obey him. Let peace be within its walls and prosperity within our homes. For the sake of my brothers and my friends, I will now say peace be with you. For the sake of my descendants, YHVH, I will seek your love for us. Mine are too. Now this would be David talking to and his kingdom will be set up for ruling us. Yet the throne is now for the sons from King David, and yet we seek for him peace in Jerusalem. This could be for Solomon, that we prosper and obey him, that peace be within its walls and prosperity in our home, for the sake of my brothers and my friends. I now say peace be with you, for the sake of my descendants, YV. Mine are to seek your love for us. It has to be in the line of King David. And it's talking about the sons from King David. This has to be from Solomon. I have no other explanation for this. For the sake of my descendants, YV. Mine are to seek your love for us. And the only reason I put the word mine here is because we've been talking about the sons from King David. And if I put his, it would be in David's here, his descendants, YV. Because after Solomon was born, it's through Solomon's line. King Solomon. Because I wrote the celebration, and this is, and they were celebrating the Passover. That's what celebration. We're the tribes, where our tribes celebrate. The statue for Israelis. For we are to give thanks to YV. And our tribes are for Yah. And his kingdom will be set up for ruling us. Yeah, yet the throne is now for the sons from King David. And we ask him for peace in Jerusalem. Ask YV for peace in Jerusalem, that we prosper and obey him. Yep, I'm really thinking King Solomon wrote that. I have, the text is just leading that way. I mean, ta-da, another king. I didn't even know we had Solomon there. 25. Okay, another one about Mount Zion. Those who trust YV are like Mount Zion, which cannot be moved but exists forever. See that? The motion of the stars exists forever. That starts in Psalm 48. So if you want to go back and take a look at what I discussed in Psalms 48, fine. But also in the description, there's a list of what I would say is where I go through all the verses from all the Bibles to show that only one Bible really speaks the truth, although there's two of them, but it's identical from the New American Standard Bible where Mount Zion is. And it is the motion of the stars, and the far north is the way it says, which cannot be moved, but will exist forever. Like the hills around Jerusalem. Like the hills that surround Jerusalem. YHVH surrounds his people from this time forth and forever. For the wicked do not rest. Whoops. I went down there. In the land for your righteous ones. Show your kindness. Show your kindness to us, YHVH. We have goodness in our hearts. We have your not goodness, kindness. And it's only, and I'm going to spell it in all capital letters, because all the laws teach us, or all the commandments, all the statutes, everything our Creator did for us was that we have His, by obeying His words, you end up having a kindness. You're supposed to help your brothers and sisters. You're supposed to help the stranger. And this is the kindness that you learn by obeying His obeying His words. But as for those who turned aside from you, lead them away from us. We know who we're talking about. To the workers of wickedness, and let the peace lead them away from us to the workers with wickedness, and let peace be with the Israelis. Oops. Now, who would write something like this? I'm gonna say unknown writer. Text. Because it's so important that these two now hook together. Because one you didn't know where it was at. Now here's another text saying pretty much what I've told you what Mount Zion is. Okay. Unknown writer. Could just be from a scribe. The scribe would be aware of Mount Zion. It has to be done in peacetime because he surrounds us. Yeah, I've been having a hard time. Unknown writer. It's the best I can do. 26. When YV brought back the captives. When YV brought back our captives to Jerusalem, we were like those who are dreaming. Then our mouth was filled with laughter, and our tongue with joyful shouting. Then they said among the kingdoms, YV has done a great thing for them. And that's speaking of all Babylon. In Egypt are the only two. Then it was said among the kingdoms, because it has to be the two kingdoms, YV has done a great thing for them, because that's exactly what happened. Yet YV has done a great, yes, YV has done a great, yes, YV has done a great thing for us. He brought back our captives, for they streamed south for we streamed south. It would be as we went south. We had tears and joy. We had tears with joyful shouting. Now this is only a piece because of the fact that I can tell you this piece because I'm using the word king or kingdoms here, which means that Ezra too was sent and the people from Egypt was sent. But this is telling us that the writer came from the south or went south. So they were from Babylon. Now Daniel could have wrote this. Words from a captive in Babylon. Okay. There would be more because it was said among the kingdoms. That refers to Egypt and Ezra. And Ezra got there the day that they finished rebuilding the house. Okay. Can't put it any other way. And I just know there's more here, so it's gonna have to stay a piece. Anyways, that's done.